Hello learners, MIS 021 Mechanical and Electrical Safety Management. Video 1 Material Handling Concepts and Significance, presented by myself, Dr. N. Venkateswarlu, Professor, Mechanical Engineering, School of Engineering and Technology, IGNOU, New Delhi. Objectives. After studying this unit, after listening to this video, you will be able to appreciate safety in material handling, differentiate between manual material handling and mechanical material handling, and discuss safety in manual, mechanical and electrical handling systems and its safety. So these are the various objectives we are going to learn in this video lecture. So the learners, you have to read the units and listen this video so that you can able to understand better and you can improving understanding about the chapters. So these are the various objectives. Introduction. Material handling is an art that involves moving, handling and storing of materials in an industry or a construction field. In simple terms, it is moving, loading and unloading of materials. It provides an extended flow of products, raw materials and parts for further operation in a workplace. Different machineries and equipment are used for handling materials to make it safe and economic. A simple mechanical materials handling machine or equipment is shown in the figure 2.1 in the next, and you can see in the units also. Material handling is considered as exterior phenomenon for the product as it enhances the cost of the product, and in most cases it is a qualitative loss too. So it doesn't add any value to the product or good. So it is always preferable in minimizing the cost of the material handling. So in industries, approximately 40% of production cost is incurred by material handling, and also about 80% of time is wasted in processing, transporting and waiting or moving of materials. So any industry, it may be construction industry, it may be manufacturing industry, it may be pharma industry. So materials has to be moved from one place to another, like from stores to the production department, or from in the construction sector, from the stores to the construction field, or in the construction itself, if the construction, they are constructing a multi-story building, so the material has to be moved from the ground floor to the top floor. Like that, every movement, some material has to be moved from one place to another place. So here in this we have to discuss what are the material handling equipments, how safely we have to transfer the materials. Suppose in the manufacturing sector, there are various production shops will be there. So the materials, once they complete the operation, then it has to move to another operation. So like that, the material movement is more, material handling is more in the manufacturing industry. So these things we have to understand, and we have to safely what are the safety factors also we have to understand in this video. So from the engineering point of view, the term material handling refers to an industry activity, whether it may be a big industry or a small industry in manufacturing unit, or it may be a construction work. Materials need to be handled as large ingots, semi-finished goods or final products, starting from the procurement to the dispatch. Handling of materials involves various operations such as dumping of coal with a dumper, moving cartons with a forklift, loading of the bags from the trucks, etc. Suppose there are various if the manufacturing is if it is a manufacturing unit, so there are various shop floors will be there: machining shop, press shop, polishing, and then assembly. So every time the materials, once the press shop operation is completed, then it has to move to the machining. So in the machining itself, there are various machines will be there. The material has to move from one place to one machine to another machine. After completing all the machining operation, then it has to go to the polishing. So then after polishing, if the product is completed, then it has to go for the assembly. So there is a lot of movement of material handling. So what are the so all these things one has to understand in this video, and you have to read the units also. So improper material handling and storage may result in accidents or injuries. These accidents or injuries may range from back injury to a catastrophic failure of a dump truck. So that's the reason in any industry the safe operation of material handling is vital. So here you can see that in the figure 2.1 mechanical material handling system, it has shown here the forklift is there, so that it will lift the material from the manufacturing shop floor to the store. So it brings, so it keeps in the stores, in the racks, so like that. So the safe equipment has to be selected according to the requirements. So here we are seeing that mechanical material handling equipments. So aims of material handling. The aim of material handling are as follows: to economize the cost of material handling. So the whatever we are selecting, it should be economical. So what you can see, that movement should be once and it should be safe, and the equipment should be selected according to the requirement of the material movement. Then to minimize the time intervals and transferring the products with accuracy in time and production. So that is also one of the aim. So we have to move the materials when the materials are required by a concerned person. So maximum utilization of material handling equipment and to reduce manual handling. So these are the various aims of the material handling. To increase the efficiency and effectiveness of the plants through material handling unit, to increase industrial safety in material handling through improvement in working conditions, prevention of damages to the materials and workers in workplaces, to lower the maintenance cost of the handling equipment. So these are the various aims. So then material handling concepts and significance. Principles of material handling. The various principles of material handling are as follows. First of all, when we are the various principles are there. One, when we are material handling in a manufacturing industry, in any industry, so there are various principles. For that, planning is the first principle. A well chalked out plan should be in place to identify the materials for the proper handling, equipment, storing, and to handle all related activities. Then coordinating the operations, ensuring that all the handling activities are carried out as per sequence, and coordinating all operations. Straight line layout. So straight line layout is also one of the principle. So here the maintaining the straight path as much as possible to maintain the minimizing the turning movements. So it should be, the movement of material should be in a straight line. Space utilization principle. So optimum space utilization should be planned. So planned space utilization should be optimum. Unit load principle. Loading should be done based on the load handling capacity. Gravity principle. Always prefer gravity to shift the materials wherever it is possible. Material handling flow principles. Prior planning should be done to sequence of operations and equipment arrangement to optimize the flow of materials. Simplification principle. Use the simplest system and reduce or avoid unnecessary movements of equipment. Safety principle. Inculcate the safest methods and equipment for the material handling to avoid accidents and injuries. Special safety. Special safety is to be taken for movement of fragile, inflammable, toxic and liquid and gaseous materials. Mechanization principle: minimize the manual handling, prefer automated or mechanized equipment in material handling. So mechanization will be very important. If once we mechanized it, it will reduce the accidents or it will improve the efficiency of material handling. So standardization principle: establish and fix the standard method, technique, size and type of material handling equipment. Then flexibility principle: opt for flexible methods and equipments to perform various activities in an industry. Equipment selection principle: all aspects regarding the material, load, size and shape, movement and method are considered while selecting equipment. Dead weight principle: reduce the ratio of dead weight to payload in mobile equipment. Motion principle: the equipment design should be kept in motion for transporting the material. 17. Idle time principle: minimize the idle hours and the unproductive hours of workers and equipment in order to enhance the productivity. Maintenance principle: to avoid breakdowns, there should be scheduled time or preventive maintenance for all the material handling equipment. Obsolescence principle: replace the outdated methods and equipment with the advanced methods and equipment to improve the efficiency. Capacity principle: choose handling equipment to carry the loads with full capacity. This will reduce the repetitive movement of equipment. Control principle: improve inventory control, production control and other handling by using material handling equipment and techniques. Performance principle: the primary criteria in material handling is to calculate its performance efficiency. This should be in terms of cost per unit handled. These are the various principles of material handling. The material handling equipments. So in the material handling, what type of equipments we have to use? Broadly, material handling equipments can be classified into two categories, namely fixed path equipments and variable path equipments. So what is the fixed path? Means so fixed path equipment, in fixed path, equipment travels along a specified path, only one path. Mostly conveyors, monorail devices, chutes, pulleys, pulley drive equipment are belonging to this category. A slight variation is provided in this area by the overhead cranes, which though restricted by virtue of its design can move materials in any manner within a restricted area. Overhead cranes have a very good range in terms of hauling tonnage and are used at the time of palletizing for the handling bulky raw materials and stocking. So conveyors is the mostly, because in the conveyor system a fixed path will be there, like in coal handling plants. So there the fixed conveyor will be there. The coal will be dumped at one place and it will be again moves through the fixed path and it will be dumped to the another wagon or somewhere. So wherever, if it is lorry or train, so depending upon that it will move to that place and from that place to the customers. So that is known as a fixed path equipments, which are conveyors, monorail devices, pulley drive equipment, etc. Then variable path equipment. The path of travel of this equipment is not restricted for the movement, but the equipment size is the major factor which is to be considered majorly. Trucks, forklifts, mobile cranes and industrial tractors belonging to this category. All this equipment is available in many ranges. They are maneuverable and various attachments are provided to increase their versatility. table 2.1 shows the difference between fixed path and variable path equipment. So here you can see the difference between fixed path and variable path. In the fixed path, these equipments move in a fixed path, just like conveyors, belt conveyors you can see. Then these in the variable path equipment, these don't have any restrictions in movement and directions. They can be moved wherever sufficient space is available. In the fixed path, modification is required in handling system if there is any change in the plant layout. No modification is required in the handling equipment when the plant layout is redesigned in the variable path equipment. So for example, in the fixed path equipments, conveyors, pulleys, pulley drives are the examples of the fixed path equipments, and in the variable path equipment, forklifts, trucks. So forklifts anywhere it can move. So in the stores at any time, in the manufacturing also, it can move from one place to another place in any path. There is no fixed path in forklift cranes. So these are the differences between the fixed path equipment and variable path equipments. Significance of material handling. The most significant aspect of material handling is that it enhances both productivity and profitability and improve the safety. Improper material handling techniques and practices lead to low productivity, and the enterprises may have to shut down their firms they won't follow proper techniques and practices. The safety practices must be ensured as per safety rules. Otherwise, due to violation and negligence of safety, the government authorities may cancel the licenses also. This is the one problem. So the volume of material handling may vary from small cartoons to large castings. Industries like steel manufacturing, mining, construction, aircraft, etc. involves huge and bulk material, and these industries cannot function without a proper material handling system. Further, in order to sustain in the present competitive business world, industries have to improvise the old and conventional equipment with latest and advanced material handling equipment. Proper and well-designed handling equipment are used to achieve the following: delivery of materials and right quantity, place and time, reduction in labor cost, eliminating dangers during the storage and delivery of the product, minimizing inventory cost, and to maximizing space utilization, following safety norms to avoid accidents, human injury and sudden damages. Minimization of overall cost in the plant, enhancing efficiency and production yields and plant handling systems. So then, limitations of material handling. What are the limitations of material handling? The limitations of material handling are given below. Apart from general equipment cost, investment is needed in material handling equipment. Further, flexibilities and improvisations cannot be done greatly once the system is installed. So these are the various limitations. With an integrated material handling system, any failure or stoppage leads to increased downtime of the production system. Material handling system needs periodic maintenance, hence additional cost may incur for it. System concept of material handling. Material handling is an integration of all the systems to make a complex body. The word system in this backdrop can be defined as a complex unit composed of many such parts that are used to serve a common purpose. The subsystems which are called parts should function properly for the efficient usage of the system, which indirectly enhances the handling efficiency. If an industry is considered material handling is a part of the manufacturing process, the system concept involves different handling equipment needed at various locations in an industry by considering associated customers and suppliers end. An engineer who works for material handling should have a brief idea to maintain a plant in order to optimize the conditions which are faced in a plant. His solution should be economic and effective in handling the materials. The solution should not only be useful for a particular plant but also be feasible for the further research. Elements of material handling. The elements of material handling are as follows. Movement. This is the actual transportation of material from one point to another point. Then quantity. This ensures the type of material handling equipment to be used at the cost per unit. Then time. Time taken for material to be shifted to the work point and also materials queued to be processed and space that the materials can be stored. Control. Tracking of the material, selection of proper material handling units, handling required quantity to avoid the shortage and time dependent issues to be considered to increase the profits. Safety. Improve the safety of man and materials. Analyze the drawbacks in the material handling system should be rectified and analyzed by proper decision making, which will help in various aspects. The advantages of correct material handling. The following are the advantages of correct material handling. Proper utilization of space to store the goods, better inventory control, enhances the working ability, qualitative goods, reduction in risk factors, time management, cost reduction, idle time reduction, safe transportation. Method oriented systems of material handling. In production methodology, the material handling methods of system can be manual material handling, mechanized material handling, automated material handling systems, function oriented systems, job shop handling systems, mass production handling systems. The systems can be defined according to the material handling functions like transportation systems, conveying systems, transferring systems and elevating systems. Selection of material handling equipment. The following factors should be considered while selecting material handling equipment. So material. So which type of material we are going to select. So depending upon the material type, properties and chemical actions if any, the equipment should be selected. This is one factor. Then plant layout, building orientation, nature of operation sequence, volume of production, flow intermittent or continuous, distance to be handled, travel path, type and extent of movement. Safety transportation of materials, safety of humans against accidents, safety provisions of handling equipment, safety from pollution point of view. The following are additional factors that should be considered while selecting material handling equipment. Adaptability. The equipment should be fit for the material handling problem like load carrying without any damage to the product. Flexibility. The equipment must be flexible to handle variety of sizes and goods. Load capacity. Material handling equipment should have the capability to carry bulk and heavy loads within the rated cost. Power. Enough power to do appropriate work. Speed. Suitable material handling is selected for quick response of the product movement to the work points within the workspace. Supervision required. In the selection of the material handling units, an automatic design as per the requirement and ease of maintenance at a rated cost should be considered. Environment. Selection of equipment should be eco-friendly as per our environmental regulations. Cost. The selection should be based on how much is the cost and how much is the worth of it. Safety. The handling equipment must be safe for human and materials for handling fragile, toxic, inflammable, liquid or gaseous materials. The classification of material handling. The process of material handling can be done either by man or by using some special designed equipment or machine. In most cases, material handling is done by using some machinery for the purpose of safety. Some of the equipment used for material handling is palter jacks, forklifts, conveyors, cranes, etc., which make the job easier and more efficient for the employees working in warehouses, factories, distribution centers, etc. But when not utilized properly, this heavy machinery can also put the safety of materials handling in jeopardy. Based on the medium or agency in which the material is moved, the material handling system is majorly classified into two categories: manual material handling and mechanical material handling. Manual material handling. The manual material handling activities are defined as unaided human acts of pulling, pushing, lowering, lifting, carrying, holding and releasing an object. In simple terms, it is defined as unaided motions of objects combined with twisting and awkward postures. So some of the activities that are associated with manual material handling are moving trolleys, packing stocks, stacking shelves, lifting and lowering the load. The main driving source of doing such jobs manually is the muscular force exerted by the person. Mostly it is assumed that manual material handling is the best option as no extra investment is needed, but most of them are not aware about the risk associated with manual material handling operations. The direct cost is low in manual material handling, but the workers have to pay more if they sustain an injury. Due to the human elements involved, the manual material handling can lead to various hazards. The hazards are due to improper handling methods like slipping, falling or dropping of loads, which may lead to injuries. Manual material handling has been recognized as a major source of hazard to workers by many authorities on occupational health and safety. So, manual material handling hazards. The hazards associated with improper manual material handling include being struck by a load, losing control of load, physically overexerting oneself and exceeding equipment capacities. The above hazards may lead to accidents or injuries. Strains and sprains may occur due to improper lifting or carrying of loads which are too heavy. If the worker is struck by the load, then the worker may suffer from the fracture or bruises. So also cuts and bruises may be caused due to the falling of materials which is stored improperly. Some of the common injuries that occur due to manual material handling are as follows: strains and sprains, neck and back injury, slips, falls and crush incidents, cuts, bruises and acid burns, hernia and broken bones, occupational overuse syndromes. The injury doesn't happen for the lifting of only heavy loads. In some cases, infrequent lifting may also result in injuries. Manual material handling injuries make it very inconvenient for the employees to perform lot of work due to improper health conditions. Apart from the above stated injuries, manual material handling operations may also lead to musculoskeletal disorders, MSD. Effect of manual material handling. The effect of manual material handling can be seen more on aged workers working in an industry than the young ones. The probability of getting injuries for young and old workers may be same, but if a young worker sustains injury, he may be able to cope up with the strains and sprains and recover faster as he is young. At this age, the younger workers working with manual material handling system will get affected less if they sustain an injury. Continual pains or muscular aches may indicate that there is an excessive physical stress in aged workers. Learners, the conclusions. Learners, I hope you understand about aims of material handling, principles of material handling equipments, significance of material handling, selection of material handling equipments, type of material handlings, advantages and limitations of material handling. So, thank you.